Fever dub! Bow, bow, bow. Dub in the chat. A W.
The Indiana Fever just pulled off something nobody thought possible 3 months ago. They're now 4 games above .500 for the first time since 2015. And they did it without Caitlin Clark on the court, but that's not even the wild part. While most people assumed they'd fall apart without their superstar, the Fever just shattered 4 franchise records in a single game against Paige Bueckers and the Dallas Wings, and the biggest twist? 2 players who weren't even on the roster at the start of the season are now being called the unsung heroes of this incredible run. What were those 4 records? Here's a clue. They involved Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, and newcomers Aari McDonald and Khloe Bby. If you ride with the Fever, hit that like button and drop a comment. I've got the Fever. Let's get into it.
The 100 win over Phoenix. Stephanie White called that a big win. They were outstanding. Mitchell,
come on.
The former Dallas wing, Natasha Howard.
Nobody was looking for this. We think Kelsey Mitchell's going to shoot, but that is the play to make right there. Nobody in the passing lane.
Everyone thought the Fever would fall apart without Caitlin Clark, but something incredible unfolded instead. Picture this, August 1st, Clark on the sidelines for her 6th straight game due to the groin injury she suffered on July 15th. Still, no word on when she'll be back. Meanwhile, the Dallas Wings locked in American Airlines Arena, home of the Mavericks, ready to bounce back behind Paige Bueckers after losing 8 of their last 10. The pressure was on. Could the Fever keep their momentum alive without their star on the floor?
Wins in a row, a season high. Just how have you been able to find that rhythm over this stretch?
I think it's been about, we've had some practices, and I think practicing has definitely tuned us up, fine-tuning as far as the details. We knew before All-Star that, the second half of the season is always about people making adjustments, people finding ways to stop what we have to do. And I think that on us, we try to do a good job of staying locked in at practices and shoot-arounds and all that kind of stuff to be where we need to be.
The opening tip told you everything about this Fever squad's mentality. They came out firing like they had a point to prove. No hesitation. No waiting for someone else to lead. This wasn't about surviving without Clark, it was about making a statement. Kelsey Mitchell wasted no time taking control. She drove to the basket with purpose, hit confident jumpers, and sent a clear message: we're not backing down. Mitchell ended the night with 23 points on 9 of 19 shooting, stepping up as the leader and filling the role Clark usually commands. And let's not forget, she led the league in scoring throughout all of July.
14 20-point games this season. In her 8th year, she also has a couple of 30s. And Mitchell trades the 3.
Now have a little bit of an advantage in the paint, and they need to keep doing that.
That time, Dejanay went for the steal, and Mitchell kept it away from her. Would not have taken that call so gently, shall we say. Kalani Brown was her buffer last year. Is Mitchell all the way to the hole?
So you stick together, communicate on defense. This is a high-octane offensive team.
Beautiful pass. Mitchell was so sure of that. After she passed it, she started running down the other end.
But Paige Bueckers wasn't about to back down. The rookie phenom responded with 22 points on 7 of 14 shooting, along with 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. She was the only Wings player to score in double figures, once again proving why she's already seen as a 3-level scorer in her debut WNBA season. That set the stage for a thrilling back-and-forth showdown that kept fans on edge all night. But here's where things took a turn. The free throw disparity raised eyebrows. Dallas attempted 25 free throws to Indiana's 13, nearly double. Fans quickly took to social media, calling out the refs and accusing Bueckers of flopping to bait fouls. Even Wings head coach Chris Clains voiced his frustration with the officiating crew after the final whistle.
Game clock almost the same. Carrington, the spin move. No foul called.
The real collapse came courtesy of DJ Carrington. The reigning most improved player turned in a nightmare outing, just 4 points and 5 turnovers. In the closing seconds of the third quarter, she pushed the ball up the court and chucked up a wild, off-target shot that left fans stunned. Her off night became a critical reason behind Dallas losing control of the game.
Go to the basket here, but you got to go up strong right there. Don't shy away from the defense because they will get out in transition. And Kelsey Mitchell doing what she does. Indiana up in Dallas.
When the final buzzer echoed through the arena, the scoreboard read 88-78, Indiana on top. The Fever had just sent a clear message: they're not just Caitlin Clark and company. This team proved they can step up and deliver, even without their superstar. Head coach Stephanie White summed it up perfectly after the win.
Finding ways to get wins, and that's going on some scoring bursts, that's being able to rely on multiple players, getting stops when needed, making adjustments, and continuing to grow. I mean, this is a group that's been resilient all season long, and I think that we have such quality depth that we can rely on one another, and rely on one another in certain moments.
Two players who weren't even on the roster 3 months ago just turned into the Fever's biggest surprises. Say hello to Aari McDonald and Khloe Bby, two mid-season additions no one expected to make waves. These weren't blockbuster signings. They weren't brought in to shift the narrative. They were quiet, strategic depth moves, insurance for a team fighting to stay in the playoffs.
Stick to your defensive principles. This is an Indiana team that has very nimble on the offensive end.
McDonald from the outside rattles another three. That's her third of the...
McDonald's journey sounds like it was pulled straight from a movie. At the start of the season, she was unsigned, no team was calling. Then on June 25th, the Fever stepped in, offering her a rest-of-season deal after a brief stint on a hardship contract. Fast forward to the Dallas game, and she's putting up 15 points and 6 assists, commanding the offense like a seasoned vet. This performance came just days after she posted a career high against Phoenix, proving she's more than ready for the spotlight.
She should have looked up and said, "Oh, aren't you an all-star?"
Pass.
And Cunningham completes it.